previous videos, we studied how the process of photosynthesis works and what raw materials are needed for the process to take place. In this lesson, we will further explore the mechanism of photosynthesis. So, let's get started. Now, as per your previous knowledge, you know that photosynthesis is a process that occurs in the daytime as it needs sunlight. But do you know that photosynthesis occurs in two phases? Yes, you heard that right. As you can see in this diagram, during the first phase, light energy is captured. This is why this phase is referred to as light reactions. The light energy is used to make high energy molecules such as ATP and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate or NADPH in the thylakoid membranes of chloroplasts. Well, let me give you an interesting fact here. We just discussed NADPH. So, what do you think NAD is? NAD or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, NAD plus, is a coenzyme that takes electrons and hydrogen ions and is then reduced to NADH. So, one form of this coenzyme also carries phosphate with it, and that is why it is called NADP+. Isn't that thought-provoking? Now that you know this, can you tell me the difference between NAD and NADP? Why don't you research this in your free time while we move on? Alright, so in the second phase, also known as dark reactions, the previously made molecules of ATP and NADPH are used. Can you tell me why we refer to this phase as dark reactions? Yes, it is because these reactions don't make use of light directly. Now, in this phase, carbon dioxide is reduced to make glucose in the stroma of chloroplasts. Okay, so let's recall now. The light reactions take place in the thylakoid membranes of chloroplasts, and the dark reactions take place in the stroma of chloroplasts. You all must be curious to know more about these two reactions. So, let's explore them further. Now, multiple events take place during light reactions. Let's have a look. Firstly, chlorophyll molecules absorb light and their energy level increases. This causes their electrons to absorb this energy, which makes them hyperexcited, resulting in them literally jumping out of the molecule, as in being emitted. When these emitted electrons are passed to the electron transport chain, they produce ATP. Wait a second. I hope you all remember what ATP is. Oh yes, it was the energy currency of the cell. Do you wonder what became of the water molecule? Okay, so two things happen. First, the light breaks the water molecule and oxygen is released. This process is known as photolysis. Then, the hydrogen atoms of water give their electrons to chlorophyll and they become ions. In the next step of this process, the remaining electrons of chlorophyll, after the production of the ATP and the hydrogen ions from the water, are used for the reduction of NADP+ into NADPH. Right before we proceed, let me share an interesting fact about this process. Do you know that this whole series of light reactions is called Z-scheme? Z-scheme. Why is that so? If you focus on this image here, you can see that this whole light reaction is basically a Z-shaped diagram. And that is why this is called a Z-scheme. But wait, we still need to discuss the dark reactions, right? So stay tuned.